Welcome back everyone to episode 31 of Let's Play Advanced Tactics Gold. A few updates on the global system. Maykop has been recaptured by the Russians. They've taken her over, and that's pretty significant because owning your own home cities is much more important than owning foreign cities. Now, as a trade-off for that, they did lose Lorient, which is very surprising. I thought that the French were just getting their butts kicked all over the place. I didn't expect them to make any kind of counterattack, counter-push, counter-offensive, whatever you want to call it. Whatever it took for them to get Lorient, I'm very surprised that it happened. Now we move over to Laval, and Laval has been kind of like the bastion of, in World War II, but of this game. It was surrounded, cut off, it was held under such grueling conditions. We didn't expect that it would, remain in French hands forever. However, the Germans have finally taken it, so I guess in this alternative history, Bastogne actually falls, sadly enough. Good, which takes us to what I want to cover for this episode, what I want to get done. I have two main objectives. One is to secure the bridge from Velburg to Hirschau, and two is to capture this aircraft factory right here. No, right here. This aircraft factory is probably my primary objective, and this bridge is my secondary objective. They do blow up bridges, the engineers, on the AI. So we'd like to avoid that because I'm having to spend engineering points in RAWs rebuilding this bridge already. And I'd rather be using this engineer to kind of help supply. As we see, supply is not fantastic in this area. So instead of building roads up there, we're going to be reconnecting this bridge. In fact, I might change my mind and start just building the bridge, building the road north from here. What I have in mind, I'll zoom in one more now. What I have in mind is a road from here over 1, 2 into the forest. 1, 2, 3, 4, and here? No, from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, like this. Which the only purpose it has is to give some supply to this area here. I think if you look, we're just desperately in need of a road which goes north, and having a road which goes north, you know what, that's probably what I'll do with this engineer this turn. However, I want to clear this area first, kill these guys off, so they don't exert zone of control in this territory. Okay, but primary objective, is my aircraft factory. I'd really like to have that because we do have the ability to start building some dive bombers. We won't be able to build them this turn. So it'd be nice to capture this turn, and then I think we need about 350 or so political points to get the first and second tiers, because the first tier, we can just get the first tier. Let's just buy it right now. 84. The next one's going to be 252, so it costs 330 total. Now we're still 2 turns shy of that, and I don't think there's any way, that we're going to be able to pull up 125. We're not going to be able to double our political points on this turn, now that we're down to 125. Just impossible. And we would need to literally double our production to get there. Now, I guess we could. It is conceivable. We would have to cut supply by a lot. How much in supply are we? Nah, it's probably not worth it. We'll just wait 2 turns and then get the dive bomber 2s rolling out. But that's a big point of a priority, I would say. Point of interest is to get this aircraft factory. Alright, so let's start in the south because things are really easy down in the south. Very, very farthest south. We just eliminate this unit finally. And these guys can return to the front. Very slowly because, they have to backpedal a bit. This machine gunner, let's just move him as far forward as he can along the road. And we have 2 artillery here. What I think I'm going to do is divert them. One to bombard here. This is pure infantry gun. Just pure infantry gun. So they lose, they're down to about a quarter of their typical combat strength against infantry on the defensive. So 200 versus 50. Therefore, I think what's going to be best is if I just bombard them. They should, artillery is much better against infantry, 532, than it is against artillery, 104. However, I think it's still worth diverting one of these guys over to help with the fight because I'm still attacking over the stream. Now, one of these guys, can both of these guys move over and attack? I think I'm actually going to move both these guys over so that we avoid the stream penalty. So I'll do an attack from both of these guys like this, up. And I'm going to give them... How much support do we need? I think I'll give them the lesser of the 2 artilleries, and I'm moving them here. Why not here? Because this would cost... It's 40 action points here, but 50 here. So this guy's going to be a little bit stranded on the next turn. He won't have as many options. But on this turn, he's going to get an extra round. And that is significant enough that I'll sacrifice his future for this current turn. And thank God the bridge has survived. I did forget to mention that we are bombarding a bridge hex, so you can accidentally destroy the bridge. Or intentionally, if that's your purpose. So we lowered their readiness a bit, lowered their entrenchment a little bit, killed 2, caused 1 to retreat. That's going to have to be good enough. I'm just going to rely on the fact that this is infantry attacking infantry guns, and infantry guns are really terrible in the defense. Okay, and our attack stalled. That was very unexpected. It's not totally hopeless, but the problem is I wanted to capture this hex so that I could completely eliminate these units. It's only 8 units, but okay, well let's see if we can still do it. This means that this guy, unfortunately, is only going to be able to get 5 rounds of bombardment against this guy. But there's no choice. Instead of 6, if I was able to eliminate this guy first, we'd be able to get 6, but that's fine. We'll just have to suffer 1 less round of bombardment. Okay, so this lowered stats, as we'd expect. We are attacking with a very strong tank unit, so I'm not too concerned. We should be just blowing them out of the water. Yeah, that was pretty effective. The problem is we don't have enough action points to cross. And I don't conceive of any way that we can cross. So, you know, we're just going to have to live with our mistakes. Let's shift a unit. Okay, we're going to want to attack this unit anyway, so let's just attack him now. Okay, good. We probably will follow that up. Yeah, and actually this is probably the remnants of that. I'll leave it for a little bit. Let's just, when we move from some units forward, we might get enough scouting to recognize what that unit is, but we already kind of know what it is. It's just the remnants of the force we just attacked. Okay, so we want to attack with machine gun units into the suburban because they get their bonus there. And it turns out that we can really actually attack. I think it's going to be worth it too. I actually think it's going to be worth it to expend a lot of extra action points surrounding this guy. We won't get a full surround, but let's see. Because this unit can move in here and attack. So that means this unit can move here and attack, which means this unit can move here and attack. So we'll get some really good attacks off. 1, 2, 3. I don't think we'll attack with this armor because they'll do the follow-up attack here. Is there anything else this guy can do before I... No. There's nothing else he can do anyway, so yeah, let's include him in the attack. Why not? And we'll deselect this guy just to keep our attack stack below 250. It's unfortunate, but they're going to get away. But it's only an infantry and a single infantry gun, so we'll have to be okay with that. And we'll probably... we'll leave this guy, just in case we can't take this hex. The good news is this guy can attack, and it is a bridge, so we're not facing the stream crossing. Oops. Because if it was a stream crossing, I don't even think we'd be able to attack them. What's the penalty again? 40 extra action points. Yeah, it would be 40 extra action points on top of the 40 it would already be to move in. So it's not a stream. We don't take the stream penalty. That's fantastic. He's the only one who can attack, but let's just go ahead and do it. Let's push our advantage. Good, very good. So killed a whole bunch of them. And we might as well take the bridgehead then. And we can even push up and attack again? Did I see that right? Oh, I did. In which case, is there anybody who can actually get here? No, huh? Well, we'll do this attack anyway. And I won't know whether I should move in or not until... I don't think we should move in. Actually, that's complete folly. It's 40 action points here. It would be yellow to get here, so he'd still be in like pretty good supply. But more importantly, I doubt they'll be so ballsy. And we're pushing towards Hirschau. I don't know if that's necessarily what we wanted. This is the line we were going to hold. So, you know what? Let's just hold the line. We've taken the bridge crossing. That was our objective. So, and we've also revealed this guy, so let's attack him. Come on, kill him. Ah, man, still. We'll move this guy forward, why not? I think we'll just shift this guy into defensive positions. It's true we could attack with this machine gun, but it's over a stream and... Oh, we should go back to this. They have this bonus, so forget it. Okay, here we're going to want to surround and move here. And we want somebody to attack from the south as well, because this is armored cars. They can be pretty threatening. In fact, let's get some bombardment on these guys. Here's 25. And you can get here. Interesting. Yeah, we'll have you move there. So we'll do all the artillery bombardment with these guys. Yeah, it was okay. I would say that's just the way it goes against armored cars, especially if they're already in the forest. They're going to be pretty lucky against artillery. I think we should be okay, though. Will we attack with this guy? We could. If we don't, though, we might be better off. Let's not move him yet, because we can attack with machine guns. Machine guns are very good attacking into the forest, so... What about moving this 87 over, and he can attack from the top? Oh, this guy can attack too. Let's see what the attack is shaping up to be right now. Actually, let's do none. I better select him myself. Let's get this 95, because they're a very strong unit. Although, these guys have better proximity. Yeah, that's really tough to say. We might actually have enough machine guns that we can get away using one extra unit. Maybe not. No, in fact, we need the machine guns to compensate for the AT guns here. So we'll do this, and 40%, that's... Well, it's going to have to be good enough. Gosh, we're taking a lot of casualties. Ugh. I closed that so quickly I didn't want to even see. Like, don't even show me, I don't want to know. Alright. Well, that removes that threat, so let's start building a road north, get ourselves a little bit better supply. So you can see this guy who was out of supply before is now already in supply. Now, he has enough movement to move here and then back, so what we're going to do is a little trick. We're going to save ourselves a little bit of engineering and raws. No, just engineering points. It takes less engineering points to build a road into plains or fields than it does into forest or low mountains. So the trick is to move into the forest and build into the plains rather than building from the plains into the forest, because that cost modifier takes into account only the hex you're moving into. Good. Now what to do with the rest of our units? Well, what if we move this guy up here? I'm not sure whether to attack or move him in. So we're probably... Oh, we're still in supply. So this road was very... Oh, because we got the second road. That's right, of course. And this is 90, so he can't move anymore without being cut off. But he has 2 supply rounds left, and it's not like he's going to be cut off. He'll just be in yellow. It's really tough to say what's the best decision here. I don't think we'll push beyond this forest here, which makes sense. I mean, okay, what we'll do is this. We'll move this guy here and he'll attack. Oh, no, don't not with all, just the one long. Oh, perfect. Wow, we killed him. That's fantastic. And we won't necessarily need to move forward. Oh, we could, so maybe it'll provoke some enemy action. I'm okay with that if it does. And we'll move this guy north just to cut them off. I think he'll be... Whoa! Oh, cool. So because of that, we've actually connected all the way around. And this unit certainly is going to move forward to protect that. Or maybe one of these units? Oh, these guys can actually help attack. That's nice to know. And an AT gun to boot. Oh, that's fantastic. We'll definitely do that. This guy will probably move forward here to preserve this line. I don't foresee the Germans pushing forward here, so maybe we'll just move here. We'll save that for when I'm doing my northern movement. Let's just finish off my southern movement. Okay, so this guy can't do anything else. This guy can't do anything else. This guy can start moving forward, which we want. We'll move this guy forward as well. It's not much. It's basically just one hex forward. But, yeah, that's the best he can do. Yeah, that's the best he can do. So, fair enough. I'm pretty happy. We're getting a fair number of reserve forces now, which means that, for example, if I stopped producing machine guns, AT guns, standard light tanks, or artillery, all these things have a small buffer. I like that. We'll do the same thing with this unit. This unit, okay, this engineer can actually connect the forest this turn. Oh, no, he can't because we don't have enough engineering points. Well, we'll move him to the forest so we can build the road this way and then start moving along his, to the next assignment, which will be to the east. So just this saves us one single movement. If I did this on the next turn, from road from here to here, this guy would have this 70 action points to deal with here to move east. If we build the road from here to here, he has 70 action points already here to move east. So he's one step closer, basically. Saves him one hex of movement. A lot of red going on. I don't think there's anything that we need to do with these guys. I might actually bump this guy and make him a ranger unit, because I could use all these extra mortars, machine guns, and rifles to supply other units. So we'll move him back eventually, but for now let's do this. Let's move this HQ here. Well, let's not move the red yet, because the HQ, I'm going to move him backwards kind of. He'll eventually move forward along the road after this, but for the time being I'm going to move him backwards, which will actually just put him in a good position to move forward. However, that's going to move him one hex away from a lot of the red, which means it'll decrease their proximity by 1. So let's wait to do that until the end of the turn. We can get a few more attacks in before... Yeah, before that. Okay, good. So we have plenty of artillery. We can move forward as well. That's really nice. I think what we'll do is move both of these guys forward here and do some serious bombardment of this unit here, because they are in the way of our aircraft factory. It would be nice to get a few armored car kills, but no such luck. I mean, again, the main point is to take away the infantry, because we know that the artillery is good against them. Okay, so now we just need to divert the tanks in an intelligent way. Interesting, this guy can attack from there. Probably do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can do a 4-sided attack immediately. Let's just do that. All with the tanks, because they're not going to be useful as soon as we hit the mountains. Well, not as useful. Yeah. Let's see what we get after bombarding them. And as we see, tanks are very good against armored cars. We only lost 3 units. Thank God we didn't lose this tank. It just retreated. Alright, so definitely want to move this unit. Ooh, do I want to move him in? I think the only unit I absolutely want to move in is this guy. And he can even help with the attack, or maybe not. He's a little weak. So we have tanks that can help. They can actually follow up and begin attacking this unit. Let's see. Now that the zone of control threat is gone, this guy can move Oh, he can't move here until we attack this guy. Okay, well that's fair enough. I know that these infantry, I'm going to want to use them to attacking into the hills, so let's just attack with our armor here. I'm assuming this guy's going to be able to attack here and attack here. That's what I'd like. Well, that was simple. And good, he can follow up attack, good. I mean, this is not a follow-up attack, but it's an attack against a totally broken unit. Good, and we'll move him in. It's going to be very helpful, which means this infantry is probably just going to move here. We're not worried about this. And that's awesome that we're actually connected from the north, which means this engineer doesn't need to worry about finishing this road. We don't need it anymore. It already served its purpose of just supplying units from this side, because the road supplies our units from that side. So we'll get that bridge up and working instead, which is just going to help our tanks cross. That's going to be very helpful. Yeah, I think he'll be able to build it yeah, he should be able to build it at the beginning of next turn before my tanks need to cross, and then my tanks can cross right after that. Okay, I mean, things are starting to cave in, right? The enemy's really weak on all the fronts we're facing them. It's, oh my gosh, if only I had the action points. This is so juicy. So, but the Germans have done well against the French. Oh wow, we've almost cut them off. I didn't notice that. If that's the case, I want to move as far forward as I can, because I'd really like to be able to cut them off, keep these guys out of supply. Okay, we'll get one here though, just for good measure, and the AT gun probably here as well. Fantastic, so those guys are all done. We do have a bunch of these units that I haven't really decided what to do with yet. Like, where do these gray units go at this point? Well, we're not interested in, let's just hold this front, so let's actually move units in. Everything's green, okay. Just want to make sure one more time. They do have armored cars, so let's still continue our anti-tank defense. But this guy's going to move over here, so he's going to get ready to move east. Ah, an anti-tank. That's useful. Get them. So anti-tank, anti-tank, anti-tank and machine gun, anti-tank and machine gun, anti-tank and machine gun. That's going to secure this line. So that's perfect. All the other forces, I guess, will just move you southeast. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Very good. And it looks like we might even want to disband one of these ranger units to just mean, which will just mean that I don't have to produce as many ranger units. Since I haven't shown production for a long time, and I've just decided right now that I think I'm going to cut off ranger production for the time being, let's go ahead and do that. So I'm currently doing this. Let's do this instead. Go to 50 here. In fact, if we can get something with an 8, that would be nice. Okay, fantastic. Too much though, because I want to do supply in groups of 30. So that's nice. Still nice that we're getting a fair chunk more political points. And we're going to get some more supply too. So we'll cut off the ranger production, and I'll just do that because I'm going to start dropping off the number of ranger divisions we have. Yeah, we can like disband, for example, the 22nd Special Forces group, make them something else. Or nothing, and then, yeah. Okay, so I think that takes us to the north. It's pretty obvious what we're going to try to do here. Bombard, and then just eliminate. Let's get these two. Pretty effective. Not against the armored cars, but this unit's just ready to be finished off. Now we'll get a little bit of bombardment against this group. In fact, I could probably bring over the artillery from the other side. That was already very effective though. I mean, how these guys can move here as well, 55 or 60. The thing is, we might as well. I don't think it's going to hurt getting more attack battle stack with the artillery. It's just not going to do quite as much. Well, that seemed to do a lot to me. For me, I think that was very effective. So, and who can attack you? Currently these 2 units. Okay, that means that certainly this 94 is attacking here, but these guys are going to attack here. In fact, I'm sure that this guy could attack if he didn't have the AT guns. Maybe we can do something like this. Transfer our AT guns and our horses over to somebody else. And that should give us 3 units that can engage. Very good. So let's finish these guys off. Just surrender. We don't want to have to kill you. Alright. Does anybody actually want to cross? No, not really. Yellow wants to head northeast. So, well, let's finish these guys off before we get down to what we want to do here. I think we'll save this tank unit. I mean, it's true they do have armored cars, but we're attacking with AT gun. Actually, I will attack with this armor because this armor can move forward. And this armor can move forward too. We have plenty of armor. Okay, forget it. Yeah. We'll attack with this armor. This guy. Let's get this guy to engage. Give him some experience. We need this guy. And actually, I was going to say, if you could move and then attack, you can definitely fight. Okay, fine. Well, unfortunately, you can't. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty good. Right at the attack stack, we have tanks, AT guns, 2 AT guns, a tank, and we're attacking into force with machine guns, so that's good. Wow, so that went better than expected. Now we can move this artillery forward. It can get 6 rounds of bombardment off, which we will take. Did not do much, did it, huh? Something's better than nothing, though, so we'll take anything we can get. Ah, this fantastic 171 combat strength unit is available for an attack. We'll move him in, and I think 160 or 154 is that the second best we have. We have this 161. We need our best guys to try to take over this factory. He's not able to get there. That's unfortunate. We will move this guy in just to prevent him from being stuck in this out of supply area, which it turns out was in supply for yellow. My mistake. Okay, well, let's move this guy forward some more, since he'll be a little closer from my yellow tanks, which means I think this yellow tank is going to be the chosen one. So the 171 and the 161 will attack. We'll get these 2 guys, infantry. We're just going to be willing to do a over attack stack penalty attack, because we're that interested in taking this hex. So we're going to throw in a crap ton of people. Okay, wait. If I remember correctly, there is diminishing returns. So let me not go too crazy. Let's attack with only 1 of the armor. And then if they don't succeed, we can send more armor in. And actually, I'm going to use the 161. Oh, no. Oh, it doesn't matter. They both have the same limited number of action points. Okay. Great. That even didn't go so poorly. Let's take a look at this one. I haven't really been looking at the details. So we lost about 10 units. Only 1 of machine guns. And they lost still about 40. That's really good. Yeah, we'll take that. And most importantly, we'll take the factory. Now, again, I know this has been said before, but the particularly good thing about sending your armor into low mountains is that they still defend at full strength. So that makes them almost immovable objects in the low mountains, because if armor attacks, they take the 50% penalty. And if infantry attacks, they still have, and you have infantry, your infantry is still defending with amazing entrenchment. So you're pretty set. Okay, I guess we'll move all the infantry in. Why not? Gives us better reconnaissance. We don't really have any other reason to do it, though. I suppose it's time for this guy to rejoin the land of the living until we get some engineers over here to build some roads. And I can foresee, for example, a road from this raw going like so. I wouldn't mind building a bridge here just to get supply into the north. Okay, so we've done our objectives. I think we've done everything we want to do for this turn. I don't need to move so quickly. We've taken all our objectives. Well, I guess it'd be a little foolish not to... Oh wow, we can do a follow-up attack? Oh, can any... No infantry can help. But it looks like more than one unit can do a follow-up attack. How many right now? Just one? Okay, the 120 can. And we can move this 154 in. Well, I think it's going to be worth it. They're only going to dig in more and more, so let's do the follow-up attack. It could be crazy, but here we go. It looks like it was a very good decision, considering we didn't lose anybody. Fantastic. So a really good decision is going to get us a little bit of extra space. Okay, you can't move. Are you one? Yes. Good. Now, who's the other one? You. Good. That was really good. That worked out much better than I expected. Alright, so we have still some units. We could do this, but I think we'll wait for artillery. Artillery is still going to be somewhat effective in the mountains. So we'll just wait for artillery so we can dislodge this pretty powerful unit. Alright, let's get this armor going south. Actually, the 171 here is probably better to move south. Yeah. Let's move him here. Our infantry is going to move... Okay, this is yellow, so let's move him like so. Where's yellow go? This guy can get here, I think is better. Which means this guy is better off moving here. Now we have the same kind of problem with yellow and the machine gun guards, submachine gun guards. We have too many. So, for example, I think we'll take the lowest combat value ones and actually dismiss them. And we'll keep the unit cards for dive bombers, which we should be getting very soon. Like, we'll start producing them next turn, so very soon. Actually, let me take one last quick look at production. What is London producing? Yeah, a lot of supply. The machine guns I could easily dispense with, but I'm not sure I can get away with dumping... Yeah, it's not going to make enough of a difference. We can't possibly pull out... We would really like to get as much political points as we would want to build dive bomber 2s next turn, but 252 is just unachievable. The best I could probably get is maybe 110, but we'd still be short. We need 127 exactly, and it's just outside of our range, unfortunately. I'm not sure if we set everything to political points, we could even get that much. So, alright, well, I have a little bit of work to do off camera here, but I think I'll just do that, like, off camera. Because things are starting to slow down, right? We don't really need to worry about taking in over aircraft factories. I don't know. What I want to say is this. We've taken all of our objectives. We've gotten to the line where I wanted to get to. What I'm going to do is, off camera, I'm going to progress the game probably several turns before next episode. And we'll really start bringing this series to a close, because I do have a multiplayer play by email with a special guest. I have a new series, that I'm getting ready, and I think multiplayer will be very interesting. So let's just kind of wrap things up here. I'll do several turns off camera. It's getting to be a little one-sided, so I'm not sure it's so interesting to watch anyway. So, thanks for watching this episode, and I'll see you in the next... Oh, actually, I'll do one more. I'll end the turn so we can see how they react to all this. But by the time you see the game again, we should have dive bombers, and we should have a very well-established north-south line. So it looks like they moved up here, and I don't have enough visibility to see the units, but that's okay. They're actually giving us the road to Marseille. I'm a little surprised. They did a little bombardment. I didn't see if we actually lost any units. No, we didn't. So that probably just lowered readiness a bit. Good, so things are going well. Things are going very well. We now have the ability to build dive bombers, but since the factory is a little damaged, probably can't actually build them yet. How many would they produce, technically? Yeah, they're just below. So I'll set this to 0. Hopefully we'll get, yeah, we'll get the other, oh, this only repairs at 200 per turn. That's strange to me. That means we're gonna have to wait 2 more turns anyway to get the dive bombers. But actually what I can do is just start building like, I just hate dealing with those fractions. I'm gonna do the math off camera. So anyway, thanks for watching this episode, and I'll see you in a few more turns when we're ready to do like an assault on Hirschau or Marseille. Take care.